Expectations. Expectations are the killer of instincts. Why do I say that? Now, when you expect something to go in your favor, you are risking a coin flip, right? So it's a 50-50 that the things will go in your favor. And the other 50% is that it will not go in your favor. And so why is expectations important, and why is it not important? So in some cases, expectations can lead you to doubt, because you're not sure, you're not sure of your own capabilities and abilities and your knowledge and stuff like that. Like, you're not sure of what you can provide, and so you're just making up things in order to boost your confidence or feed your ego, right? And expectations can vary from anything, like you expecting yourself to become great, you expecting others to have something for you. And building expectations is not great. Well, it is great for long term, right? Expectations, you can bring expectations and make them into your goals. That is encouraged. However, having expectations and not being able to execute it is something that is toxic and not benefiting enough for you to say that it is important. And so why are expectations the killer for the mind, right? And so let's say you know that you can wake up tomorrow at 6, and yet you have your goal before night, right? You set a goal that I'll wake up at 5. And so it's a 50-50 on whether or not you'll wake up at 5, right? Your mind says, I'm gonna wake up at 6. Your alarm says you're gonna wake up at 5. And your goal says you're gonna wake up at 5. So even if one of those two works out, it's a 50-50, right? So cue the time. Tomorrow comes, you wake up at 7. Boom. Where's the thing there, right? None of the chances are there on the list. It's a total outbreak, right? You want yourself to wake up at 5. Your mind says, because due to habit, your mind says you're gonna wake up at 6. But then you wake up at 7, right? So among the coin flip, it's not there. So what is it? What is that chance? So the chance is, if you translate it to coin flipping, the coin landing on its side. That is the chance, you see? And so our expectation is different. Our reality is different. And the reality that is set from making habits is also different. And so you really have to set the ground rules there and acknowledge that you must expect the unexpected. Always expect the unexpected, because the chances that you see, they're there. That's nice. But the chances that you don't see and you choose not to see, that's dangerous, right? And so you always gather the odds and hope that they're in your favor and play the odds. So gather the odds, hope they're in your favor, and play the odds. Same thing goes for cards, same thing goes for life. The same thing. You're given every chances to excel. Every chance. And so you must use those chances to your advantage, right? Even the playing field in your favor, because you're the captain of your ship. You're the man behind the steering wheel. So you get to decide how the playing field will be. That's all on you. And so you gotta play your chances there, right? Roll the dice, play your chances. Because every chance don't just come and go. Sometimes they come, they stick for a while, and then they leave. And so you have to see all the possibilities, all the opportunities, right? It doesn't matter whether those opportunities are short, doesn't matter whether they're scarce, that you gotta even all the playing fields. And another thing is, may the odds in your favor. May the odds be in your favor, right? Because you're setting the possibilities, you're seeing the chance, you're gathering the opportunity, but sometimes you gotta depend on luck. Sometimes, not every time, but sometimes. And if you don't depend on luck, you can make your own luck. There you go. It's as simple as it is. And another thing I want you to look out for is analyze the situation. Doesn't matter what situation you're in, analyze it. Because sometimes deep down in that situation, you can see the possibilities of chance getting in there. You can take out a couple few things from that situation and make it as your own benefit. Alright? And you gotta learn how to even the odds. Because sometimes when you get a situation, you receive another situation, even if you don't want it. And so you gotta see all the possibilities, you gotta think all the thoughts, you gotta predict. Right? And when it comes to prediction, it means what I have for you today, it means that expect the unexpected. Right? And so the expectations are there. You said it. But the things that are unexpected, you can't see. You don't set them. And so it's up to you to check them all out, see for yourself, and have yourself playing by all the fields. And the last thing is, not everything is as it is. Not everything. Sometimes you see red, but in reality it's blue. And so, like I said, predict the unpredictable, expect the unexpected, right? Gather all the nonsense and all the things that make sense, especially the nonsense, because you don't know whether or not it is as it is. You gotta analyze it. You gotta observe it. Right? You gotta sit down and say, you know what, let's pick it all up, pick up all the puzzles, pick up all the playing cards, and analyze which is which. How can I use that to my own advantage, right? How can I use that to utilize something else, right? Everything is in our grasp. Everything. And I mean that. Everything is in our grasp. All we gotta do is just reach out and grab him. We're like a bunch of octopus. 8 arms. Get all of them. Everything is in our grasp. Everything. All we gotta do is just grab him. And once we grab him, we cover it in, and we gotta soak it. Right? We gotta analyze it. We gotta see whether or not it's usable, whether or not it can be in our favor. And if something can be in your favor, take the chances. Take the chances, take the cards, lay them all on the deck, and use it. Because you'll never know. Sometimes you receive something and then you'll never know when or not it can be used. So just store it. Store it. Utilize it. Practice it. Right? Make it into a weapon. And when the time comes, I'm sure it'll be so much of use. But you'll never know for now. So the things that you cannot use now, save it for later. It's just as it is. Save it for later. It's like when you're in a, let's say you're in a apocalypse, right? Anything that is in the apocalypse, right? You've read stories, you watch movies. Anything that exists in the apocalypse are already unpredictable. all the unexpected. Sometimes you jump into the void and all you can see is just black. But that's expected, right? But when you enter the apocalypse, nothing is in your favor. Sometimes you get all these problems and obstacles and barriers, right? You don't expect them to be there. Even if you do, they're not at your level of expectation. And how do you do that? How do you solve that? So, like I said, analyze it, utilize it, and then send them out. Because it's all about that. It's all about gathering up all your resources and then putting them all into play, right? And just watch as everything goes by. But you have to understand, you gotta predict the unpredictable, you gotta expect the unexpected. It all comes from you learning all these little skills, because they're not talents, right? I get to where I am today, not from talent, but from skill and hard work, right? I learned how to take my chances. I learned how to make use of every opportunity I gain. I learned how to utilize every benefit I receive. So sometimes I may gain something, but I use that something to cover up for something else, right? And so it's all about making use of all the possibilities that you're gaining. Sometimes it can be small. Sometimes it can be big. So if you don't know how to utilize the small and make it big, then I think you're missing out on one of the important skills that you need, right? Because it's all about that. If you can't turn a small thing big, then you cannot make use of the big thing to its advantage, to its fullest.